A raspberry is an aggregate fruit, developing from the numerous distinct carpels of a single flower. What distinguishes the raspberry from its blackberry relatives is whether or not the torus, receptacle or stem, picks with, i.e., stays with, the fruit. When picking a blackberry fruit, the torus stays with the fruit. With a raspberry, the torus remains on the plant, leaving a hollow core in the raspberry fruit. Raspberries are grown for the fresh fruit market and for commercial processing into individually quick frozen IQF fruit, puree, juice, or as dried fruit used in a variety of grocery products such as raspberry pie. Raspberries need ample sun and water for optimal development. Raspberries thrive in well-drained soil with a pH between 6 and 7 with ample organic matter to assist in retaining water. While moisture is essential, wet and heavy soils or excess irrigation can bring on Phytophthora root rot, which is one of the most serious pest problems facing the red raspberry. As a cultivated plant in moist, temperate regions, it is easy to grow and has a tendency to spread unless pruned. Escaped raspberries frequently appear as garden weeds, spread by seeds found in bird droppings. An individual raspberry weighs 3 to 5 g and is made up of around 100 drupelets, each of which consists of a juicy pulp and a single central seed. A raspberry bush can yield several hundred berries a year. Unlike blackberries and dewberries, a raspberry has a hollow core once it is removed from the receptacle. The raspberry is the edible fruit of a multitude of plant species in the genus Rubus of the rose family, most of which are in the subgenus Adiabatis. The name also applies to these plants themselves. Raspberries are perennial with woody stems. World production of raspberries in 2020 was 895,771 tons, led by Russia with 20% of the total. The aggregate fruit structure contributes to raspberries' nutritional value, as it increases the proportion of dietary fiber, which is among the highest known in whole foods, up to 6% fiber per total weight. Raspberries contain phytochemicals, such as anthocyanin pigments, ellagic acid, L-argitannins, quercetin, gallic acid, cyanidins, pelargonidins, catechins, camphorol and salicylic acid. Yellow raspberries and others with pale-colored fruits are lower in anthocyanin content. Both yellow and red raspberries contain carotenoids, mostly lutein esters, but these are masked by anthocyanins in red raspberries. Raspberry compounds are under preliminary research for their potential to affect human health. Raspberry leaves can be used fresh or dried in herbal teas, providing an astringent flavor. In herbal and traditional medicine, raspberry leaves are used for some remedies, although there is no scientifically valid evidence to support their medicinal use. Raspberry derives its name from raspis, a sweet rose-colored wine, mid-15th century, from the Anglo-Latin vinum raspis, or from raspoi, meaning thicket, of Germanic origin. The name may have been influenced by its appearance as having a rough surface, related to Old English rasper, rough berry. Raspberries are sometimes eaten by the larvae of some Lepidoptera species, butterflies and moths. More serious are the raspberry beetle, in Europe, and the raspberry fruitworm, in North America, whose larvae can damage raspberries. Botrytis cinerea, or gray mold, is a common fungal infection of raspberries and other soft fruit under wet conditions. It is seen as a gray mold growing on the raspberries, and particularly affects fruit which are bruised, as it provides an easy entrance point for the spores. Raspberry plants should not be planted where potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, or bulbs have previously been grown, without prior fumigation of the soil. These crops are hosts for the disease verticillium wilt, a fungus that can stay in the soil for many years and can infest the raspberry crop.